Welcome to the Nerd Party.
Hello, I'm Charlene Schmidt.
I'm Patrick Schmidt.
We just got done watching Dust to Dust, episode 6 of season 3 of Babble 5, and it's time to babble for 5. Alternate episode title, Drugs Are Bad and Good. So where would you like to start?
First of all, there's a drug that you can use to make yourself a telepath. That is a mind effer right off the bat. How is it that we're getting to this point and we've only now heard about it? Is the Psi Corps that good at hiding it?
Potentially. Now, in the past, you have said that Psi Corps has almost like cult-like qualities. Now this has reached a different level. This is organized frickin' crime.
It's drug trafficking, it's drug development.
But the point of it is Psi Corps developed frickin' dust.
You seem more upset by this than me.
Here's the thing about this episode is we don't really like Bester. We know he's not a good guy, and yet we found a way to work with him, and it actually might have been okay right up until the very end with that twist. Does my mind feel a little effed with right now? Yeah.
I'm not at all surprised that they're developing drugs, and there's the blockers that are already in place. It makes sense that they would be working with that. What I am surprised by is how it ended up getting used and their inability to control it. And I think another big takeaway is the fact that the drug works.
Oh, does it ever?
Yeah.
Wow, that was one hell of a trip.
I was super surprised that Jakar went from this is a weapon to, hey, let me pour some of this down my gullet.
Seriously, that I think was the biggest surprise to me in this whole thing is they mention that this has not been tested on Narn before. Who decides to be the test subject but Jakar himself?
Yeah, that makes absolutely zero sense, and yet it makes all the sense in the world at the same time.
He turned that corner really quick, and I think it is very intentional that we don't see the full cycle of him doing, like what his thought process is, making that happen.
Sure.
I think maybe for him it was like that.
And once he gets that power, he really abuses it. Really desperately abuses it.
Yeah, well, if those other two guys at the beginning of the episode were any indication, this stuff is powerful. Maybe it works a little too well.
Did we just see the beginnings of Jakar, the addict?
Gosh, I hope not. But he is in prison now. There's a certain clarity to him as he pled guilty to what he had done. He seemed really at peace with it. So it's either going to break him or it's going to revolutionize him.
Absolutely, and it's hard not to want to take advantage of that power and then not only for yourself, but to say, you know what, I'm developing the gene for future Narn.
Right?
That's an incredibly powerful draw.
So I kind of want to jump back now a little bit. Ivanova has a moment, I would say, of weakness where she is ready to throw her life and her career away to kill Bester to possibly save the asses of everybody else. This episode, just in general, things are a little bit upside down. People are doing things that are otherwise out of character, but they're forced to because of the circumstances.
Ivanova's always been anti-Psi Corps. It's also two birds with one stone. Hey, commitment to my crew, take out some jackass in the Psi Corps.
When this episode starts, Sheridan telling that Night Watch guy what to do with his orders was awesome.
What's going to carry the day? Is it going to be the orders from Earthdome or the orders from Sheridan? When is there going to be a permanent person from Earthdome on Babylon 5 to make sure that the captain executes what Earthdome wants?
Right? Is just following orders. Right? It's only a matter of time.
I think I know when that's going to be.
When?
The season 5 finale.
Wait, season 5?
Yeah, season 5 finale. Everyone gets fired.
You think that's how the show ends?
And they find him guilty of treason. They march him out to be executed, and that's how firing squad. And that's how the series ends, is all of our favorite characters getting assassinated by firing squad.
Okay, well, you've heard it here first.
No spoilers, but that's how it's going to end.
Any other thoughts you have on this episode?
Yes, Vorlons are good at telepathing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Holy crap.
Yo, the fact that Kosh was interacting with Jakar while he was tripping, what did you make of that?
Kosh is tripping all the time.
And we kind of know that Vorlons and telepaths have some sort of thing going on. Was he alerted to the fact that G'Kar was on some dust, was doing some mind effery? Kosh is stepping in. Why?
My working theory is that Vorlons are just telepathing all the time.
That's a little scary. That's even scarier than Psi Corps, potentially.
Potentially, but come on, it's Kosh.
Let's close this one out then. We have a hearing to go to because that dust is getting around. Let's just put it that way.
If you want to chime in with any of your thoughts on dust or Vorlons or telepathy or heck, anything else relating to this episode or anything else relating to Babylon 5, go ahead and leave a comment.
Yep, just don't spoil anything that's happened after this episode because my boy here, he doesn't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, clearly.
And we want to keep it that way.
Yes. So please like, subscribe, even if you don't want to leave a comment, but you want to see more of us, do those things and we'll have a new episode out next Sunday.
That's right. And so until then, everybody, thank you very much for your support. We'll see you next time.